Hi Gemini, welcome back. So Gemini, this is going to be your mid-December check-in. And let's get started. Eight of Cups is the first card out, which is talking about, in this deck, departure. Sorry, I was trying to get the lighting there better. It talks about walking away from things that no longer serve us, walking away from people, places, things, sometimes it talks about, things that we've carried from childhood, or, we do this subconsciously as adults all the time, carry around ideas of ourselves, labels of ourselves, past pain, and sometimes it creeps up, out of nowhere. But I feel like during this time frame, which makes sense as we are going into a new year, you're going to be walking out of that energy, Gemini, and I feel like that's good news, for a lot of you. Okay, so the other card that you have out is Mercury. Well, this is your element, Gemini. This is all about communication. When I see Mercury, I think of the sign of Gemini, honestly. This is about words, thoughts, analysis, information, learning. You might be learning a new trade during this time frame, or just playing around with some new ideas. It's like having an awareness, you know what I'm saying? It's having a vision for where you want to go. And Aquarius, which I just got done doing their reading, had kind of similar energy. So some of you might have Aquarius in your chart or be dealing with one, okay? For others of you, it's just like I said, it's just the energy surrounding you. It's just like a very curious, perceptive type of vibe that I'm getting here, And there's pictures of honeybees in this depiction, So I feel like honeybees are the nectar, they create the nectar of life, right? And I feel that vibe with you. So your past energy is the Five of Cups. This is focused on things that we don't have, losses, painful events. Like I said, I see you walking out of that energy, so I feel that is showing up here. And then the Ten of Swords. Oh my goodness. So Gemini. And then the Four of Cups, but it's in the reverse, thankfully. So sailing away from that energy, Gemini, if you had been feeling a sense of emptiness, even if you had like a lot of things to be blessed around you, you might have still felt very isolated. And I feel, like I said, this is past energy. But, it's like almost an emotional detachment, similar to how an Aquarius would. Like I said, I felt that vibe earlier. But it's just a sense of disconnecting and just almost surrendering to that energy. But I feel like that wave is passing through, and it's just for a moment, and so now it's passing by like a ship in the night. And I feel like you see that energy moving out. So where you were kind of stuck there, I feel that energy moving out. Whatever the situation was, is so funny because I was just getting ready to say, whatever it was, it allowed you to see what you needed to see from a different perspective. And here we have the Hangman, which is all about, different perspectives and seeing things from different perspectives, right? So I feel that energy here. It's like getting a different perception on self. And anytime we go through emotional periods or painful events in our life, it is never a punishment. It is never off of our path. It's simply to awaken something else inside of you that needs to be awoke and needs to be healed. It needs to be looked at differently, seen differently. And to give you like a real life example of my own Gemini is, I've had events occur where at the time that it happened, I thought, what good could possibly come of this? It just was a very overwhelming feeling, and not being able to really see it for what it was till years later, where I was able to look back and say, okay, had that painful event not occurred, I would have never, ever dove in to spirituality. I would have never really put my energy into figuring out the why. And by doing that, it led to this, which led to this, which led to this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like taking a step back and seeing how these events are lining up to push your energy forward. And in some way showing gratitude for that, which can be hard to do, right? Now you have the Seven of Wands here, which is kind of keeping your defenses up. And I feel like if you had been in this energy, this Ten of Swords, well, it would certainly make sense that now that you have learned your boundaries, right? And you will defend your boundaries. You would defend your heart, right? Because you have understood how important that is now. So here's that moving forward energy I felt, Cancerian energy here now. Here is that chariot energy, that push forward, and it's in a very fast way. To be very literal, some of you might be traveling during this time frame, which it is the holiday season, so, you know. But we'll see. Yeah. Then you have the King of Pentacles here. So this is being self-assured. I heard rest assured. I don't know why. Why did I get rest assured? Someone's got your back, Gemini, I feel. It's a more, you're going into a more of an energy where it's like, rest assured, I know my worth. You know, and I've had to go through hell to get it. So good luck trying to steal it back. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel here. If you had been restricting yourself or feeling victim, you're letting that go, especially towards January. Okay, and then at the bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles. Underneath that, the Knight of Cups. Opening yourself up to opportunities, new opportunities, growth opportunities, emotional growth. I just love the look on this guy's face. And it's a male energy, but it can be male or female because this is a general reading. He's just like, try me. I feel that's you, Gemini. That's you being like that. It's falling in your energy, okay, as a representation of how you're going to be. It's like, yeah, I've worked for this, and you're not about to throw me off my throne, right? But I feel like, you know, if somebody thinks that they're going to come in and get the best of you, because look at, if you see this depiction, there's a hawk, and it's coming right for her, because it thinks that she's bound, right? But she's not bound. She actually could grab that sword right away. So I feel this is representing Gemini. If somebody is coming for you, you know, they're going to be surprised when they figure out you're not tied down to that thinking anymore. You're not tied down to that way of being anymore. Okay, you've released yourself from the self-restriction, or you will be very soon. Okay? This is a good energy to go into January with, Gemini, so I like this for you. All right, so now I'm going to go into the person you might be dealing with, Gemini. So, Gemini, the card flew out. Oh, there's another card. Oh, there's another card. Whoa, holy cow. You have the Death card here, Scorpio energy for some of you. This is the person you're dealing with. They may be carrying that energy. And then the Knight of Swords, Ace of Cups. Holy cow. So I feel like whoever you're dealing with, regardless of zodiac sign, Gemini, they have went through some major changes, endings, transformations themselves. I feel like you did too, and this is their past energy. but yours seem to be a lot more painful than theirs, or at least you feel that way, you know. But caution with that thinking, because you never really know what someone else is feeling, but that's what I see here. And then I feel like, especially if you've had a definitive ending with this person, or it's a Scorpio, there's communication coming. This person has love to give. They want to communicate how they feel. Gemini. You know, I feel like whoever it is, regardless, has undergone a lot of transformations, and now they want to communicate their love for you. And that's like such a passé thing to say in tarot, because I feel like all the readers say that. They're coming to tell you they love you, you know? So please know that I am only saying that because that's quite literally what I see, not because I'm trying to blow smoke up your butt. I would never do that to you, Gemini. Holy cow, yeah. They had the Four of Wands in the reverse, the Tower card. You know, if you have Aquarius in your chart or are dealing with one, go check out their reading because it's very similar. But it doesn't really matter. Either way, this person is wanting to be more stable, have a more stable vibe around them, but yet the Tower is here. Instability. Shock. I got the term shockwave. This person might have some instabilities going on within their life, and that's what has brought about this transformation energy. That's what's brought about maybe a renewal in how they feel, or the change in communication, or the way in which they communicate. Okay, because they're hoping to regain that union again, or they're hoping to regain that stability. But I feel like they want that satisfaction. Gemini. They want that satisfying feeling. Well, don't we all, you know? Man, your cards are flying. I should say this person's cards. Yep. But then they go to the Nine of Cups, to the Seven of Cups. So, and then the Three of Swords is here. Yeah. So I feel like there's confusion surrounding this situation. There's heartache here. This person, like I said, has gone through a lot of changes, might have had some instabilities and heartbreak going on their side as well. And if you remember at the just a few minutes ago, I said, Gemini, from your perception, you feel like it hurt you a lot more than it hurt them. I don't think so. I think that, yeah, that might be what is changing. Remember, because I said your perception with this Hanged Man energy was changing. You might be coming to the realization that this person was deeply hurt beyond what you thought. You know, either by you or things, you know, in their past or within their energy. You know. I just heard rocked them to the core. Rocked them to the core. And here we are, the World card, a chapter completing, things coming around, coming back around. I have a Justin Timberlake song in my head. I think he wrote this about Britney Spears, and Justin Timberlake is an Aquarius. You see what I'm saying? So please, if you have that in your chart or you're dealing with one, go check out the Aqua reading. But the song was, what goes around comes back around. Thought I told ya. Hey. Cry me a river. Cry me a river. But the lyric that stuck out in my brain was, what goes around comes back around. That could mean that, like I said, something that you thought was dead and gone and done is now coming back. I don't know why people like to come back from the past at the very end of a year, but I'm telling you from personal experience, that's how it always happens, at the very end of the year. I think there's a lot of closures happening right now. We just had a full moon. I think it's with, you know, the cycle of the year ending and a new one beginning. But be careful about which cycles you place yourself in. So think this through, Gemini. Have an awareness here, because now you have an awareness that you didn't have the first time around. And use that to your advantage, because there is a certainty here about you that you didn't have in the past. So, yeah. Knight of Pentacles. I also feel like this person is unstable. They have somewhat of an arrogance. Your crosswatcher is going to slap me. Kind of like an arrogant energy. Not all the time, but I see that here. You know, I think they like to be right. They like to win. At times. Okay. And I feel that here with the Nine of Cups. But I also feel like this person always keeps you confused. Always keeps options available. Or if not that, it's just that they're confused about where their emotional satisfaction is coming from. Like, do you know what I mean by that? Like, this could be a person that they search for emotional satisfaction in things that aren't built on solid foundations. And then they're like surprised when it doesn't work out, you know, like, what? I didn't see that coming. And, you know, it's because they place their energy in places that do not return that energy. Or they have a past history of doing that. So I definitely feel for a lot of you, this is a situation presenting itself again to you right at the end of the year, okay? But that's not going to be true for all of you, you know. Don't force the reading to resonate if it's not resonating. I feel like this person is at a crossroads in their mind and their heart as to which direction they need to go in. You know, they have 2 twos. Yeah. I feel like I could keep pulling cards on this, Gemini, all day long, but I think that you have had past disappointments and you're ready for new energy to come in, and I see that new energy coming in January for you. And it's time to stop vacillating on this situation. You've seen it from all angles, okay? You've been the prisoner or the victim, or you thought you were, but you have released yourself from that, and you're recognizing that. And I like that energy for you, so keep on that path, okay, whatever that means for you. Zodiac signs you might be dealing with. Gemini, I have here Scorpio, obviously Aquarius. Those were the 2 primary signs that kept coming to mind, but it could also be Gemini, Libra, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Cancer. I have here. Yeah. Those are the predominant zodiac signs, but it could be any zodiac sign, okay? To a lesser degree, I have fire here. Aries, Leo, Sag. So let me know, Gemini. Don't click off yet. I'm going to do this at the end of all of my readings now. Don't you click off yet. Scolding you. Don't forget to check out my Facebook and Instagram linked below. I stopped doing this in the intro, so I put it at the end of the video instead. because most people fast forward through this part anyways, but I'd appreciate if you give them a look. And my other YouTube page, I do vlogs, live chats there, Tarot Talks with Dana, linked below. My merchandise, you can check it out. Right now I have $15 off any of the hoodies for a Christmas sale. You can click on the pink hoodie, it'll take you into the shop. And now you can become a member. So in addition to being able to subscribe for absolutely free, and please do subscribe, you can also become a private member where you can join me for additional readings, bonus goodies, live private chats, etc. That's the blue button next to the subscribe. Yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. I love you so much. Wishing you the best, Gemini. And until next time, namaste. Bye.